The Staten Island Ferry area, particularly the terminals in Lower Manhattan and St. George, Staten Island, holds subtle but important leyline significance, especially when viewed as part of the greater energy web of New York City, a city built along major water currents, magnetic anomalies, and intentional grid alignments. Location and energy flows. Staten Island Ferry route moves across New York Harbor, connecting Battery Park Whitehall Terminal Manhattan St. George Terminal Staten Island. This ferry route directly crosses powerful water ley currents, which are part of the Hudson River, ley and East Coast grid. These are fluid energy lines different from stone-based ley lines but no less powerful. Water amplifies, memorize motion mystrimp, communication so. Ferry routes over water, especially historic ones, ride along emotional and energetic currents often layered with ancestral echoes and psychic imprints. Sacred sites and vortexes nearby. The Manhattan Terminal is near Battery Park, once used for rituals and harbor defense. Geomantic boundary Bowling Green and the financial district. Massive energy focus, money and control. Ground Zero Freedom Tower and emotional, spiritual ley node. Ellis Island and Statue of Liberty, energetic symbols of transition, rebirth, and sovereignty. These combine to create a vortex zone, a space where multiple human intents, ley currents, and water flows collide. The ferry becomes a mobile spiritual vehicle, gliding through that convergence. It may explain why some commuters feel dazed or drained, others experience downloads, insights, or emotional releases. Sensitives describe the ferry as a temporal loop or dream-like ride. Staten Island's connection. The St. George Terminal on Staten Island lies on less explored geomantic land, but it carries deep resonance. Native American sacred lands filled with burial mounds and ceremonial sites, over time overlaid with colonial energy, industrialization, and separation themes. This side of the ferry line feels denser, more subterranean, like it pulls up ancestral layers, especially for those with ties to immigration, trauma, or displacement. Time loops and soul transit. Ferry route mirrors a cycle of initiation. Leaving Manhattan equals departing the world of noise, commerce, and surface reality. Crossing water equals symbolic death or transformation. Arriving at Staten Island equals rebirth into a quieter, more reflective zone. And in reverse, returning to Manhattan feels like stepping back into the arena, into the collective charge. Some metaphysical researchers suggest the ferry line is part of a New York soul gate, a liminal space that carries souls in transition, both living and dead, through a symbolic river of memory. Final insight. Staten Island Ferry area isn't just a transportation hub, it is a fluid leyline corridor that moves through ancient spiritual currents, bridges the emotional and financial hearts of glides across water, memory and ancestral imprint, activates cycles of initiation, healing, and reflection. Whether commuting or visiting, you are crossing a ceremonial channel, echoing with the energies of freedom, arrival, transformation, and soul motion.